Hey,
Good
hey,
evening.
hey.
Good evening. Come on in. Now, if I look a little extra chocolated, I have been in the sun. This has been my birthday week, and it was phenomenal.
Your brother lived on the beach.
It was phenomenal. This was my birthday before another birthday and after my last birthday.
You are so funny.
Anyway, come
We
on
had
in,
a
y'all.
great time.
Come on in. Friday Night Live. Come on in, y'all. Come on
Happy
in.
Friday,
Happy
everyone.
Friday,
Let us know where
everyone.
you're streaming from this evening.
Come on
We have
in.
an awesome topic to talk about this
Awesome
evening.
topic. Yeah, come on. Let us know where you're streaming from. Come on in. It is Friday. It is live. I'm excited. I've been outside, y'all, so my wife is suffering with me. I've been sweating, but that's all good. We're going to get her done. All right, so I'm going to start off with a story. Y'all know I like stories. So we were on a beach in the Bahamas, right?
Okay.
And my wife, she doesn't have a high love for the sun, which I understand. Okay, so I was in the sun all day long. So cool in the water. I love it. So anyway, we positioned ourselves properly. Whereas I walked and made sure that she had the best on the beach. And we walked, and it was shade and trees, and it was just phenomenal, right? So after we've been there for a couple hours, just relaxing, I decided to take a break and just sit down. Charmaine was kind of dozed off; she was asleep, and I heard this couple started to argue. OMG. And the argument was so good, I wanted to get up. But then if I got up, then they'd know I heard them, but I didn't want to hear. Sometimes when
It
people are
was so embarrassing.
it was so bad. So anyway,
What were they saying?
So here you go. So the wife is mad because the husband mentioned something to somebody else. Now, I don't know who somebody else was, but she was fire hot. So she was saying, why did you say this about the other person? Okay, I don't know the other person, but the other person is sensitive. And he says, we were all talking. What you go? Well, listen, you're my husband and you need to keep your mouth shut. I said, oh. So that was my first oh. So I started taking notes. Y'all know me. I started taking
Oh,
notes.
you started getting material?
Listen. First off, I was like, listen, that was disrespectful. Okay. So then she said after that, then she got someone else involved. Oh.
To get on her side.
To get on her side.
Like, I know I'm not being emotional by myself.
She called a friend over to talk about him to the friend.
Bring a friend.
Then she says, he has diarrhea of the mouth.
Ooh.
Dang, that's like number 3, right? So first off, she already cut him. Then she's brought a friend in. Then she insulted him in front of the friend. Then he said, that's so disrespectful. Well, I don't respect you. Oh, Lord, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, listen.
She said she don't respect him.
So I was just crushed.
So what was he saying while she was going
First
off?
off, he said, that's so disrespectful. And he says, how you gonna tell me your husband not to talk? He says, I witnessed, and then they brought God up. Oh. He said,
what did they say about
he
the
said,
Lord?
he says, well, I witnessed the people all day long. When's the last time you witnessed somebody? And then she got quiet. She said, no, you just need to shut up. I was like, oh. So this was going on right behind us.
Witnessing to somebody.
Well, and then she started talking about his drinking. Oh. I mean, she's just throwing bombs, stuff people don't even know about. Have you ever met a person who start arguing, and when the argument's not going well, they start bringing up stuff from the past and other things? But my point was how critical it is to have respect in a relationship.
The importance of it.
The importance of respect, and how critical and detrimental disrespect is. Because I was listening to this, thinking to myself, how I would respond to this. I'd have.
You know what's really bad? When you argue and it's not in a private place, and even after you're done.
Come a little bit. You're not focused. You're too far back. Come a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Even after you're done arguing and you've apologized and you've moved on, you've forgiven your spouse, the people around you are not going to forget and some people are not going to forgive
No,
because this happens at family reunions.
all the
This
time.
happens in front of, close friends. Like if you have
Blowouts.
couple groups that go out to dinner,
Blowouts.
everybody's not going to forgive and forget what you've done.
Correct.
So it's like you and your spouse are good, but the family members, the friends, they're taking sides.
And so we have to be mindful. So a couple things.
Okay.
I think that we should have some rules of how we're going to conduct ourselves in public. Now, Charmaine has some notes, but I'm going to say this and I'm going to move over. We have to be mindful. Come over, baby. Right there.
This is...
No,
Is
babe.
it...
No, what I'm saying is you were too far off. I'm saying just get closer to me. Yeah, there we go. Now, hallelujah.
Is it zoomed out?
No, don't worry about it, baby. I focus. Your face is halfway off the screen when you're talking. That's what I'm saying.
Right,
It's come
I know.
over. Okay. So we have to create some kind of etiquette in reference to how we can communicate, and if we are in,
It's okay.
and if we're not in a good place, we have to be mindful how to conduct ourselves without being disrespectful. Now, with disrespect, it's often because there was a lack of honor. I don't honor you. And if I don't honor you, I won't respect you. And therefore, anything's possible. And I can speak freely. Whereas we have to understand there should be some kind of honor in regards to our relationship and who we involve in our business. Not everyone needs to know your private business. You're not going to agree on everything. You will have disagreements. That's normal. But it doesn't have to escalate to the point to where it's public, just bad. It was bad.
So, all right. So what is the topic, Jomo?
Let's turn the camera. The topic is how to be respectful and how to not disrespect your spouse.
How to not disrespect your spouse.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
well, and or not better said, these things are detrimental. Reasons why disrespect is detrimental to your relationship.
Okay.
So,
all right. So it destroys trust and safety.
Yes. So once you disrespect a person, it's kind of hard for them to recover, especially if you do it publicly. Now, my brother walked away. Okay.
Oh, he did walk away.
Yeah, he walked away to go get something. He probably
just kind of let it cool off, kind of get him a drink.
No, that didn't help. She came back. Well, he tried to do that, but that did not work.
This is like the best situation of pause, ponder on her end. Pause, ponder, pray, proceed.
I think that sometimes we're more worried about other people's feelings than our spouse's feelings. You know, we're so violated by what people think about us that we over respond because we don't, we're trying to put on this facade.
And there's a way, like a lot of the couples that we hang out with, we have like little clues, code words, signs to each other where, we may see a spouse tap another spouse on the leg. We won't say anything. We're like, okay, he trying to signal her to do something, and everybody in the room doesn't have to know, that you just spouse to be quiet. There was this one couple that goes to our church. She actually has business cards that says notes on it. So if she wants him to like stop talking about something, it's like a business card, and she'll be like, "Oh, babe, look at this," and then he'll look at it. It is so funny, but it works so well with them. He'll look at it, like, "Oh, thanks, babe. I appreciate that." He'll put it in his back pocket. He'll change the subject. It's just, after you've been with somebody for so long, you could read clues and read the room and figure it out. It just seemed like she kind of lost it.
Well, to me, the challenge I have is these were not young people.
Right.
And oftentimes you think just because you're old that you're mature.
Right. And you don't know how long they've been married either.
Yeah. I think just poor communication.
Right.
Poor communication.
It damages your spouse's self-esteem.
Absolutely. I mean, I was listening to how she was talking to him.
And you felt bad.
And I was like, I'd have a tough day. it'd be really hard. I'd be having some critical thoughts going through my brain.
Critical thoughts.
No, well, biblically stating,
I couldn't even imagine going off on you like that in front of our friends.
it would not. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. My point to you is you have to think out the whole thing
Right.
because oftentimes when you're emotional, you're not logical. And, we have to be mindful of that because you put yourself in a terrible place when you
Right.
make a poor decision, when you got emotional, and now you feel better, or now, the alcohol's weared off, and now you want to kind of apologize. It's too late now.
Right. It breeds resentment and anger.
Mm.
That's
Well, the thing I realized is after show up, they have to go somewhere, right? And on a cruise ship, the rooms are real small. Mm. I wouldn't even want to be in a cruise ship with somebody mad at me because it's just so just.
right.
But the point is, men feed off respect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, women feed off of love, no security. Excuse me.
Yes.
So when she disrespected him, then now he's in a bad space, not communicating well. Then don't even want to talk because
Right.
it's just a slippery slope. I think we have to always be mindful that we are, and this is what I've tried to do. Yes, she's my wife. Yes, I love her. But would I talk to God's daughter like that?
Mm.
Would I talk to God's son like that?
Right.
And kind of help me put um, a better frame
Right.
on how I'm trying to communicate with a person.
Mutual respect in a marriage is one of those foundational things.
Hmm.
And if you don't have mutual respect for each other, it breaks up everything. It breaks up communication, healthy communication. It breaks up intimacy because if you don't respect the person, how are you going to truly be intimate, be vulnerable with the person if you don't even respect them? And that's like a foundational thing.
It's
You
tough.
respect your boss, and they're not even married to you. You respect people, when you're driving by not running them over, pedestrians walking the street. You respect strangers, but you don't respect the person that you sleep with every night. That is something that's like a pause in your marriage. Okay, what do we need to do? How do we move forward without respect?
I think twofold. There's often times where trust has been broken and I lost respect. Okay,
That's a different situation.
that's a different situation. I have to balance that with um, the Bible speaks of honor your husband, honor your wife.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't say whether they're good or bad. Okay.
Right.
Now, what I mean by that is another example. Honor your parents. Not every parent was good,
That's right.
but I'm honoring them out of respect and honor for God.
That's right.
And
Out
I'm
of
a,
obedience.
and I'm gonna trust God to deal with them because it's not my job to deal with people.
Right.
It's God's job. So it's just common courtesy as a believer, as a human being.
Right.
The goal is treat others the way you want to be treated.
Right.
So I think that we have to always be cognizant of how we talk to each other
Mm-hmm.
individually, corporately, in groups, and understand that those words are eternal.
And I truly believe, I don't know who this lady is or anything, but
Me neither.
I do know that a lot of people say things when they're angry that they don't mean. And she really might not have meant that she don't respect her husband. She might not have respected his actions or what he did in
Yeah,
order to make her mad.
I think
But just say a blanket statement, I don't respect you. No, I don't respect you. She might have really meant, I don't respect what you're saying or how you're treating a friend or whatever. But it just wasn't a time and a place to do that, to make that correction. A lot of times I would rather not say anything than make Jomo to look like he doesn't know what he's talking about. So I'd rather just not even say anything. And then when we get in the car, we get back home, be like, that story's a little twisted, right?
it's how I remembered it.
Right. And that's what he'll say. But we'll discuss it or whatever. But I wouldn't try to correct him in front of a whole bunch of people or whatever. It is disrespectful at the end of the day. But what my point was is a lot of times when we're angry, we say things that we don't really mean. And that's why it's so important when you're practicing healthy communication to not communicate when emotions have taken over. Because when emotions take over, what?
Logic leaves.
Logic leaves.
You're not logical. And so we have to be mindful that men feed off respect, women feed off security. So we have to always be mindful of that, that if I want the best out of my husband, it's going to flow through respect. If I want the best out of my wife, it's going to flow through security. That's all I have for y'all tonight.
All right.
Well, we
we
pray you have a wonderful Friday. And remember,
love, laugh, and learn. God bless you.
God bless you.